Or we have.
Okay, here we go.
Like regular Coke. Yeah.
Today, we're going to break this lesson in 2 days. We're going to do half of it today, half of it tomorrow. We're talking about parabolas in standard form. The standard form of parabolas are y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? Hi.
Can I go to the office?
Sure.
I have therapy.
Actually, no.
Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? So, when parabolas are in this form, these letters in front, okay, a is the one in front of x squared, b is the one in front of x, and c is the one at the end. They can tell us important things about the graph. Now, yesterday we talked about these things. We said that that's the x-intercept. And we said that this is also an x-intercept. We said that this spot here is the y-intercept. Optional Wednesday.
Oh, I have to go wash the face.
Okay. For yearbook and journalism, something you gotta watch. All right, so let's first talk about the x-intercepts and y-intercepts because that's what we did yesterday. Okay, I want to talk about the y-intercept first. If we think about the y-intercept, yesterday, how did we find the y-intercept? What did we do? Plug in 0 for x. Very good. Jackson's got it. He says plug in 0 for x. The fun guy speaks up. Now let's think about this. If you were to plug in 0 for x, what would you end up with on the right-hand side? If you plugged in 0 for x, what would you get?
Y is equal to c.
You just get c, right? Plug in 0 for x, you just get c. So whatever number's on the end, c, that is your y-intercept. So you can simply look at the number on the end. Y-intercept is c. Whoop. How did we find the x-intercept?
Made y 0.
Yeah, so you set it equal to 0. And you remember what we did after we set the y equal to 0?
Factor.
We factored it. Tomorrow, we're going to look at ones that don't factor. So that's what the bottom space is for. Let's talk about direction. This parabola that I have right here is x squared minus 2x minus 3. It goes up. What do you think helps us know whether it goes up or down? Yeah, if the value in front of the x squared, if a is positive, it goes up. If a is negative, it goes down. So just have two other things we want to talk about in regard to the shapes of these parabolas. And the one is this guy right here. That's called your vertex. Vertex. That's the top or the bottom of the parabola, okay? And what it does, or the way we find it, is we use a little formula that involves these letters. And this is the formula, okay? We do negative b, and we divide it by twice the a value. Negative b, and divide it by twice the a value. That becomes the x value of the vertex. The x value of the vertex. Anybody want to guess what we do to find the y value of the vertex?
C.
Good guess. Not quite. Good guess. Not quite. A lot of people said switch to positive. Here's all you do. Once you get the x value, you plug it in.
So like plug
that x value in, and that'll produce the y value. Does that make sense? If you plug in x, it's going to give you y.
Yeah.
So just plug it back in.
Okay. I see now.
The last part of this graph we want to talk about is the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is a vertical line that divides the parabola in half. What point does the axis of symmetry go through? The vertex. So the equation for the axis of symmetry is always x equals, and it's always the x value of the vertex. So negative b divided by twice the a value. So we want to try two problems, and you have time to work. Flip it over to the other side. Today we're going to try problems 1 and 3. Okay, so we look at x squared plus 2x. What's the a value for this problem? A is 1. It's the number in front of x squared. What's the b value? 2. And what's the c value? 0. Okay? So first of all, let's decide, is it going to go up or down? It goes up because the a value is positive, so the direction is up. The y-intercept, that's c. It's the number on the end. So what's the y-intercept? 0. Can everybody agree that we should not get those wrong on the test? It's always frustrating for me when people put a big question mark on the test so we can get to that. It's like, at least get the couple points you can get. Now we use an equation for the vertex. We do negative b, and we divide it by twice the a value. Okay? So what is negative b?
Negative 2.
Negative 2 divided by, what is 2 times our a value? 2. And what is negative 2 divided by 2? So the x value for the vertex is negative 1. Now that we have the x value, we want to find the y value. Do you remember from our notes what we do with that x value to find the y value?
Plug it in.
We plug it in. So we'll take negative 1 and we square it, and then we add it to 2 times negative 1. So I just put parentheses around the x value that I'm working with. What is negative 1 squared? 1 is it can be plus 2 or minus 2. And what is 1 minus 2? So I can see that the y value is also negative 1. The last thing I need to do to be able to graph this is find the x-intercepts. How do we find the x-intercepts? What do we plug in 0 for? Plug in 0 for y. So 0 equals x squared plus 2x. So try to give you guys some space to be able to show your work. How does that factor? What do you do? Take out an x, a common factor. So 0 equals x times x plus 2. So what are the two x values for your x-intercept? 0 and negative 2. We're going to put this all down on a graph. And if there's something that doesn't seem to be working with your graph, that's a good indication that you made a mistake along the way. I start by plotting negative 1, negative 1. My y-intercept is 0. My x-intercepts are 0 and negative 2. There's my shape. I still need to identify the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is that line that divides it in half. If you just give me a number on the test, I will take a half a point off. The axis of symmetry is not a number. It's an equation for a line. What kind of line is this? Is it vertical or horizontal? Vertical lines have equation of x equals, because it passes through an x value. What x value does it pass through? So x equals negative 1 is my solution. You okay with that first example? Okay, we got one more. You might be able to get your assignment done in class. All right, I want you to work with the person next to you, around you. I want you to do the vertex, the direction, and the y-intercept. Focus on those first 3. Go ahead. Talk to your peers next to you. Try those 3. Go.
Which one do you want to start with? You want to start with the vertex, the direction, or the y? Okay. What's the y-intercept?
Right? And then you have to plug that in. So it'd be.
The y-intercept is always.
Was it really doing it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing that. Let's equate it to vertex. Negative b divided by 2a. What's negative b is going to be positive 8. Divided by. See how it works out here. Okay. So negative b is positive 8. And we have divided by twice the a value. A value is the number from x squared. Okay, it's the number from x squared. 1. What's 2 times 1? 2, so 8 divided by 2. So 4 is the x value. You get the y value. You take it, plug it back, 4 squared, take 4 and plug it back.
So it would be 4
Squared. Times 4. That's the verb.
So it's 8 over 2.
Four squared
Is 3 going up or down?
It's going to be
minus.
Would it be negative 8 times 4 or 8 times 4?
8 times 4. Plus 7. 16 minus 32. All I need is negative 16. Negative 16 plus 7.
Okay, here we go. What is the direction? Direction is up because the x squared is positive. The y-intercept is positive 7. Whoop, sorry about that. The y-intercept is positive 7. So I'm going to find the vertex. I do negative b. Negative b is positive 8 divided by twice the a value, which is going to be 2. So I get 4 for the vertex. Any question how I got any of that so far? What do I do to get the y value? Plug it in. So you get 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 7. 4 squared is 16 minus 32 plus 7. If you can't do the math, plug it in your calculator. You should get negative 9. Okay, we'll get to that. I'm going to find the x-intercepts. I set it equal to 0. 0 equals x squared minus 8x plus 7. Okay, how does that factor?
X minus 7 and X minus 1.
X minus 7 and x minus 1. So what are my two solutions to that?
7 and 1.
X equals positive 7 and positive 1. So I can start plotting these values. Some people struggle to get the graph correct. It's important that you understand what these mean graphically. It looks like it goes all the way down to negative 9, so I'm going to make a 10 by 10 graph. I'm going to go by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
What do you want?
I plot 4, -9, over 4 and down 9. The x-intercepts are +1 and +7. The y-intercept is up at +7. I have enough information to be able to sketch my graph. What's the last thing I need to write? The axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry always divides it directly in half. It's always an equation of x equals, and it's always the x number of your vertex, +4. Many of you had Miss Richter for Intermediate Algebra 9, or you had Miss Kruger for Intermediate Algebra. I could point to the exact assignment which you did these. Also could point to at last year in Algebra 2. So it should be review, but instead of taking 2 days or 4 days to cover something like that, we're just taking 1 or 2 days. Look at your homework. You are not going to do the even problems today. You are only going to look at the odd problems. All the odd problems will factor. Okay, they'll work out quite nicely for you. The even ones don't. So just focus on the odd problems. 1, 3, 5, and 7. Yeah, you probably got enough time to be able to get those done. You got about 15 minutes. Okay, I'll be around to answer questions if you need it. You sure can. Mr. Getz. I sure do. Wow. I got you. All right. Well, I'll sit them down. Yep. JJ, your presence is being required.
Where at?
Front office. Attendance.
You're in trouble.
I'm doing it.
I swear I didn't do anything. You're saying seek and destroy?
Yes. Be there. Just 1 second.
Okay, 1 second. Oh, really?
Attendance office, right front.
No. Yeah. No, that's a Zeke.
Because it still goes past that.
No, I'm not sure. No, I know you're right. Yeah. I was about to say.
So 0. Oh, that's fine. So we can do this positive. I think no. What? Negative. I was talking about this part. Oh, and then you plug in the X.
I bet you do.
I was plugging in the Y equals that, and then Y equals Y. No, it's. This is trying to be 2 minus 5.
Because you're plugging two in. So to be clear, just the formula is -b divided by 2 times the A values. Okay.
I don't want to.
So notice how A is 1.
Yeah, I think
B
that was
is 4.
to the.
And C is -5.
Well, gotta get that done if you wanna do that. You can
So,
just ask me
when you
after.
do negative b, you do
Run this one.
the opposite of that value, not 4, but
One.
You know what I'm doing? I'm doing.
negative.
That's okay.
Divided by twice the a value. 2. You have negative 2.
Oh, it's negative.
So then you have negative 2 squared minus 4 times negative 2 minus 5.
Okay.
Negative 2 squared is
Negative b, negative 4.
positive 4. Or something is always positive. Negative times negative is positive. So it could be minus 8 plus 2.
But yeah,
I
negative
don't know,
5.
just-
And then take the edge.
So 4 times 2 is negative 8.
Imagine on
Yeah.
your-
So it could not be minus 8 plus 8. See, we got 2 negatives
Oh, yeah.
plus 8.
Yeah, negative.
12 minus 5 is?
No.
4 minus 8 is 4 minus 5.
I was just gonna throw it out. What's the roll?
What are you trying to?
4 minus 8.
That's what I see.
Four.
I wonder if
Four
I'm.
minus.
What is 4 minus 5?
4 minus 2 is negative 4
You got
minus
bite
5.
pictures?
I don't know.
Oh, it does.
I don't know.
I'm doing bite pictures.
It was not really well.
With who? Oh, yeah. I don't have buddy pictures, no, but no one wants to be my buddy.
I would be your buddy.
4 minus 8 is 8.
But also, I don't want, you probably don't want bite pictures from Kevin.
I don't know if I'm gonna take pictures with
My
Billy
graph
J or
looks funny,
not.
but my work is right.
I wanna take pictures with like, they're so clear. They're so clear.
But it would be cool.
Like 12 is close.
There? There you go.
You gotta,
Hold your stick up.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's gonna be my favorite Billy Warrior. That's the instant capture.
Your favorite movie.
Favorite-
I don't get that
favorite
one.
Billy Warrior. That's the
I
capture.
know what you mean, but I don't get it.
Hashtag check.
What, Halloween night? Oh, yeah.
Tell me that's not.
Hashtag grind class.
They do another one.
Tell me that's not voting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
then
be.
eight.
No, I'm.
That was
Again? Yep.
I have a question.
On my way.
the X value.
Is it because they sing?
No. Like, no.
Yeah.
So why is there?
Never mind, what you got?
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
It's right. It's negative 4, but the X intercept, I'll plug in the Y intercept. You make sure it's Y.
Wait, yeah, why is this?
So it's 0, so this is 0 equals 2 squared plus 3.
That's what my mom used to call it.
This one's supposed to be going down. You're gonna be confused. No, it's probably
Well, why are you drawing them down there or you're taking blood? Okay. Curly help this. No. If
That would change?
Okay, direction. No, no. No,
How is it down?
Up. Yes, that is up. Well, if that was down, then this would be upside down. Yeah, if this was down, then this would be upside down.
Mostly when.
It's not down. It's
Some people
up.
like her, but I just.
Because your X is like.
I got it.
Oh, wait. No, you're not looking at that one.
Okay,
That's
hold on.
only
You know,
the Y.
But, south side's in.
This is
Like,
right here.
and then
We got A, B, and C. A is positive, then it goes up.
that's my favorite.
Don't hit me.
Oh,
Just find
That
out.
was weird, right?
Yes.
Charlie has the socks.
She's crabbing.
Yeah.
Stupid. You're okay.
I never understand single one. That's the what's the random? Sometimes I feel like it's just.
Yeah.
It's 4, 12, you'd be up there. That's what I know, dude.
Trying to act like you're not, but also.
How, you can't do that.
They pretend like.
Okay, so I ain't tripping.
When you do.
No.
The positive word.
You can't do 0 over,
What about?
When you get in the middle,
14.
see, this is positive.
Oh,
Is that just 0?
Negative 5. I just did it.
Goodness.
So you would take negative 5.
What's the AYF? Is that 0?
You can't, like, 0
Or the
over
axis
2?
two?
Make it 0, negative 4.
How did you get negative? Oh,
I did this.
that's how.
What?
How?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, you got negative. Negative B. Even if you find negative B, it's fine, but then you choose
Sam was fine. And Gully, what?
He was not in control. He doesn't have the game.
Oh, wait, it's 2.
He was not in control though.
Yes,
He was
2.
very
This is no
frustrated.
and not 2.
And
There isn't
he
one.
made mistakes.
What?
He was very jittery.
You like?
Oh.
I'm just racing my whole answer. I'm done.
Just erase the whole answer.
I'm done. I can't.
Tell me what?
It's not fair.
How did you come up with it?
I can't read it. It sounds like it's gonna be
No, like you would just.
Never. Yeah. This is starting to feel like something. I haven't even had my yesterday homework.
Sorry, my foot's there.
Nice.
Let me just.
I always have memory. How?
Okay. Negative 2? Kelly Buckle? Oh, yeah. That's perfect. It is negative.
So it's 0 for X?
Yeah, 0, negative 4. Because.
Okay.
You do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That becomes. Yes. So. 4 minus 8 negative 4 minus 5.
Ron's strong as hell.
It's just that I didn't write the negative.
So much.
So it's negative.
Victor, I don't know what you're laughing about over there.
And then. So it's X. 0. And then 4.